let go. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel. Let's go. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel. Let's go. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel. Let's go. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. Let's go. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel. Let's go. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel. Let's go. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel. Let's go. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. Let's go.
Okay, this next topic is about this brother, man, young brother Rayshard Brooks. I'm tired. I'm truly tired of seeing our young brothers and even the older brothers, man, die, you know, at the hands of the police. Now, I did a video not too long ago where I put Denzel Washington in it. Shout out to him and PragerU. And like Denzel Washington say, it starts in the home. But first of all, we need to, one, stop drinking so much, man, and then drive. I mean, like if you feel like you're gonna go to this party or to this club or whatever the case may be, and you're gonna get plastered, I mean, you're gonna get wasted, white boy wasted drunk. Just get an Uber. Get an Uber, a Lyft, or whatever, and let them take you home and let them take you to where you're going. Let them take you to where you're going and then let them take you home. Because anything could have happened beyond this incident that happened. I mean, before that incident, you could have possibly had an accident, you drunk driving, you possibly could have had an accident and could have killed a family or something, you know, or you could have had a single car accident and killed yourself. You know what I mean? Anything could have happened. And me personally, I used to drink heavily back in the day too. But one thing I didn't do, if I know I'm going to get drunk, I ride with somebody. I ride with somebody that's a designated driver, or well, they didn't have Lyft back then, but I rode with somebody. But now, what happened with brother Rayshard Brooks? He was asleep in the Wendys drive-through line, and you know, they called the police on him. Like one of the people that was in line had called the police because he was just sitting there asleep. So the police got there, knocked on the window. Hey, you know, you all right? You good? You straight? You know, whatever, and asked him to pull over to the other side. Now, when he pulled over, you know, he was still a little out of it before he even moved, real honestly.
Say a command.
But then, you know, he moved over there, and you know, everything just came up to where he called another officer out there that was trained in the field of DUIs and whatever the case may be. Now, when the officer got out there, he asked him a series of questions. He performed the field sobriety test, and then he gave him the, you know, breathalyzer and everything. From the beginning all the way up to when they put him in handcuffs was going fine. Even though he was, you know, corroborating his story by saying, first he said he had 1.5 daiquiris. First he said 1.5 margaritas, and then he said he had 1.5 daiquiris, then went back to 1.5 margaritas, then he went back to Top Shelf. So then they were like, okay, you're too drunk to drive. Now, I've actually had this happen with a friend of mine where he was intoxicated and he was acting up and you know, acting up and going wild and stuff like that. And the cop had took him to jail. Now, he didn't go to jail and get locked up, and I don't think he had a DUI. Matter of fact, no, he didn't have a DUI. But what the cop did, they said, all right, we're going to just take you here so that you can rest, you know what I'm saying, and get this alcohol, like get over this alcohol. And I'm not saying that that's what the officers in Atlanta would have probably did, because they probably would have said, all right, we're going to give you a DUI for driving under the influence, even though he wasn't driving, or they could have said, all right, you're too drunk to drive, we're going to take you to here to jail, and so that you can rest it off or whatever. Yes, the young man said in the video, well, I mean, I could leave the car here and I could walk home. I mean, I'm not too far from where I'm at. But if y'all remember, he didn't know where he was at. He thought he was in, I think he said Jonesboro or something like that. Like, and off of some type of highway. He didn't know he was over in Atlanta. So, who's to say that he would have went and walked away and then later on down the line came back to that vehicle? So, I'm not saying, like, overall, here's what I'm saying. When the cops went to put him in handcuffs, he did mistake number one, which was resist. And he fought, literally, wrestled with both of the cops and whatever, and took the taser of an officer, and he ran. Mistake number two was when he took that taser and turned back and fired it. And that's when they, pulled a firearm and shot him. The first cop pulled a firearm and shot him. Okay. Why stop doing it? It's like, yes, I know that we have the police and they are against us. Not all officers, but some of the officers are against us. I mean, because even if me personally, with that field sobriety test, like what they do when they tell you to put one foot up and count until they tell you to stop in Mississippi's, and then walking one foot in front of the other. Me sober, I don't drink at all. I would have stumbled a little bit because I ain't gonna say my equilibrium was off, but like I'm not good at I can balance, but at the same time they want you to hold your hand down to your side and walk straight, and one foot in front of the other, heel to toe. That's a hard thing to do sober. So these field sobriety tests, I don't know, y'all need to find another way to find out if they drunk. Like, I mean, far as like that heel to toe mess, at least let them put their hands out, you know what I'm saying? Like where they can balance, because me personally, I need to do that. But anyway, I've seen a few videos where my fellow brothers and sisters had said that the man was parked originally in a parking spot. That's not true. You could clearly see in the video that he was in the drive-through line. And they're not, I'm sorry, even Wendys is not going to say, well, you can just park right there in the drive-through line and you can go ahead and rest it off and sleep, okay? They're not going to do that. They're going to ask you to pull to a parking spot. So the cop is not going to get in that car and pull it to the parking spot for him. So he had to do it. And when they asked him the question, did you drive this vehicle at all? And he was like, no, I was parked here. Like, at the end of the day, man, don't drink. Don't drive and drunk. Don't drive while drunk. And even with weed, man, don't smoke weed in your car, man. Like, I know people are like, well, shucks. I mean, it's just weed. It's from the earth. Right, that's true. At the same time, it's illegal in a lot of states right now. Wait till you get home and smoke. You can smoke till you die if you want to. Just wait till you get home. As well as drinking. Wait till you get home. I've seen numerous occasions where cops were called to a house because the person was drunk, and they didn't even take him to jail. You know what I'm saying? They was being belligerent and whatever, acting out. But then they asked the people, hey, do you want to press charges? Now, if the people would say yes, they probably would have got them. But by them saying no, they went on about their business. They told them, like, hey, look, go in the house, and just rest it off, or whatever like that. Wait till you get home, man. Do it in your own home. But another thing we need to stop doing, stop running from the police. Stop resisting arrest. And stop just all together, those two things. And matter of fact, and even this another thing, if you got a phone or anything in your pocket, do not reach, because we're dying at high rate. Well, it's not at a higher rate than a lot of other people because we're less in the population, like 12, 13%, but we're dying at the hands of the police overall. Stop resisting. Stop running. Stop reaching. Like, why can't we see this by now? I mean, I'm about to be 32 years old. And within my 32 years of living, I've seen countless times where my brothers and sisters, well, but predominantly my brothers, have been beat and killed for resisting, running, and reaching. I mean, and this has been going on for every bit about 50 years. Stop running, man. Like, I know you don't want to go to jail. I know you don't want a record or whatever the case may be. Fight it in court. Like, it's time for us as a community, as black people. We need to have lawyers on retainers. We need to have funding for, bonding, bail bonding, or whatever. If someone is innocent, we need to have these things in place. If someone is fledged on guilty, it's on you, bro. Try to get your own lawyer and stuff. We're not gonna get no lawyer for you if you're guilty. But we need to have these things on hand for ourselves, man. And we need to have doctors. We need to have all of these things. Let's get something together for us. And let's start teaching our brothers and sisters, our children at a young age, to whenever you get pulled over by police, have your license, your proof of insurance, and your registration in hand already. Hands tended to at the steering wheel. When the officers come up, I know a lot of my brothers and sisters be like, man, that's kissing ass. You kissing their ass then. I'm sorry for cussing, but this topic is it hits home with me. I know a lot of my brothers and sisters might say, well, you kissing they behind now. That's kissing behind. I mean, look, call it what you want, but in the military or even in life, we call that respect and authority. Have it already in hand. When they come up, here you go, officer. Hand back 10 and 2. Don't reach for no brushes, nothing. Hands 10 and 2. If you're smoking a cigarette, they ask you to put it out. I know people like, man, this is my car. You know what I'm saying? That's kiss and tell. You being a punk now by putting your cigarette out. Look, one thing about a cigarette, the same way you spark that motherfucker to smoke it, you put it out, you can do the same thing to smoke it again. Put the cigarette out, just by any means necessary. Do what they say. Because one, even in the questioning of Rayshard Brooks, he kept asking the same question repeatedly. How many drinks did he have? Oh, I just had 1.5. Okay. What kind of drinks was it? Well, it was a margarita. Okay. Do you feel like you're too drunk to drive? Oh, no, I'm good. Okay. So where do you come from? Oh, I come from over here. Me and my wife, we did this, that, the third. Okay. So you wanted something to eat? Yeah. You know, my wife dropped me off here. Okay. How many drinks do you have? He asked the same question again. They ask you these questions to, one, see if your story is valid. Two, they ask you certain things just to get on your nerves. So be wise, be smart, be patient, and be calm. Just like the Bible says, in all things, seek first understanding. And the Bible also says, anger, but sin not. The reason why the Bible says anger, but sin not, because in our anger, when we're mad and we're wrathful, we're angry, we would do something stupid. But he said anger, but sin not. So he's telling you, be angry, but think before you do something. Because if you act out of anger, if you act out of fear and do certain things, guess what's going to happen? These things that's been taking place is going to happen. So let's talk to our brothers and sisters, man. We need to get out on the battlefield. You know what I mean? And even with this video, share it. Share it to your brothers and sisters. Share it to your family members, man, because a lot of people is not going to be talking about this. Like, even though I say that there needs to be some type of change in the law. Like, for example, even though that man had a taser, he pointed that taser at him and shot it, it missed you. It didn't hit you. And even if you would have got tased, you wouldn't have died. Continue to chase that man. Don't pull your gun out on first instinct and shoot. There need to be a change in these laws. And we need to have a petition, address it to whomever, and we need to sign this petition to get these things changed. And let's do something, bro. I mean, look, man, I love y'all, man. Y'all have a blessed one. Peace.